right.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Of course. Let's try this again. You ready?
Yep. I'm still echoey. Turn mine up a little
How about now?
bit. Still very.
Up. Now try it.
Check. 1, 2, 3. That helped.
Yes, you're 2. I had you turned on number
Check.
3.
1, 2, 3. That better?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, folks. Well, we know some of you are starting to tune in. We appreciate it. Welcome to our Coaches Show. It's been an interesting week. It's been a fun week, for sure. And, of course, I'm Alan Tanner alongside Dylan Vaughn, and we're your broadcast crew. And we've been bringing you live Panther sports, so thanks for joining in. We wanted to sit down and talk with everybody for just a few minutes, kind of update everybody what's going on. We got some big things happening this upcoming week, and just kind of bring things back down, settle down a little bit. I know when we're broadcasting live, it's hard to pass information along, so we wanted to get some stuff to you and make sure everybody knew kind of what was going on and what's happening. Of course, we're getting ready to open up with our first home game on Friday on the new turf, so that'll be exciting. And I don't know, it's been fun so far, Dil. What's your thoughts?
I agree with you, Al. So far, we really didn't know what we were getting into when we kind of signed up for this. We knew it was going to be fun. We had kind of talked about how, you know, we were roommates together at Glenville. We friends through high school, middle school. We're roommates again at Concord. We play Madden all the time, watch all the football games. So we had kind of done things like this before, just not on this kind of a platform. And I tell you, it's been very, very exciting and very fun.
Yes.
I hope our enthusiasm and excitement plays through to everybody that can watch. And we just hope that we're doing the videos and the streams and the kids justice, because we are we're doing our best and we're having fun with it. But like you said, I'm just having fun traveling around and watching these guys play.
Absolutely, for sure. And so we're getting really a lot better at the equipment, and things are going smooth. We appreciate everybody that joins in on the chat on Friday nights especially, and on Monday nights. We weren't able to do Monday night's JV game. I come up sick, so weren't able to do that. But we'll hopefully get back on track next Monday. So I'll tell you what, let's just kind of recap here what's going on. So, of course, the football team, we're 1-2. Really tough loss Friday night. I don't have a ton of stats.
I've got a few here.
That team was pretty good Friday night at Roane. We hung with them a while, but, man, I think we mentioned it on the broadcast. They outweighed us on the front line by about 40 or 50 pounds, and they were just so big.
Yep.
I don't really know what to say.
Well, that's kind of the takeaway you have from it. Roane is a good football team. They've been a good football team. They were in the state championship game last year, just came up a little short.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of guys, but as you saw, they just kind of reload. They don't really rebuild. They just reload that backfield. And instead of having those big bruising backs, they had some quick scat backs back there that could make some plays. And you said for the stat-wise, we kind of went into it and we were saying, you know, they don't pass the ball. Greenbrier West, they threw the ball one time. And this one, they didn't pass it a lot, but quarterback Jacob Greathouse was 2 for 4, 128 yards. Both completions went for touchdowns.
He threw 2 completions for big touchdowns.
And I don't think either receiver was touched. They were just running wide open down the middle. And, you know, you get so geared up for the run, you kind of just let a guy squeak by and he's wide open. Now, it's hard to cover everything on a football field.
Yes, and I talked to some people, and I heard the same thing. And I'm sure, you know, when you watch those games, you think, well, why didn't we run the ball? Why didn't we run the ball? And I think the answer to that, if you don't know yet, we couldn't run the ball. We did run it a few times. You may not have even noticed. But it was almost like a sure 2 or 3 yard loss every time we ran it. Yeah. And we talked about it all night. The middle of the field was wide open. We just couldn't get it there.
Well, yeah, we kind of talked about it. That discrepancy of size on the line, they were it's hard to run the ball when they're that much bigger than you are. And I think Cooper got up there a lot and maybe had a run play called and maybe got out of it to a pass play. And we had kind of seen, we talked about this on the stream, we'd seen Brody Scarborough come out of the backfield on a little swing route, and that play had been money for us the last several weeks. But we just couldn't run that either because he had to stay in and protect because they were getting into the backfield. And I've got a stat on that. I was kind of looking over at Roane County's stats. Gabe Deaver had 2 sacks, outside linebacker, and 6 quarterback hurries. So that means he was in the backfield all night long. And that's, like you said, that's one kid. And they had 4 or 5 of them all night getting into the backfield on us.
They rotated those guys too. And so if one kid is getting in your backfield 8 times, Probably a lot of them had 6 or 8 pressures, and that's just, you only run so many plays a night. But just a tough one, and I felt like we were in it. Of course, the first 2 minutes didn't go our way, but we kind of battled back, and we would get right where we needed to be, and then something would happen.
Yeah.
And then we'd kind of, settle down, and then something big would happen, whether it was and I probably owe our special teams an apology. I think I gave the old announcers jinx to them on the bad snap in the end zone. Everybody talked about it, and I'm sure people were like, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. And then I realized it too late. But anyways, tough loss.
Yeah.
No need to look back on that one. We're 1-2. We've got a whole season ahead of us. We got, of course, a slew of home games coming up, and I'm really excited about that. You got a little sneak peek, those at home, of the turf action with some JV games. So that's going to be exciting to get the varsity and out there on the field. I'm sure it'll be a packed house this Friday. In case you were wondering, it is this Friday night, and it's Apple Festival week. If you're not from around town, you may not realize it, but things are going to be packed in town. I know saw the food trailers coming in.
Coming down this evening, Al. I saw the freeze-dried candy station, and then you get right past that and you get sweet station, so you can stop and get you freeze-dried Starburst, and then head right down the road and get you a blueberry cheesecake funnel cake. So
we might have to try to get some of that up in the booth Friday.
I don't think that'll be a problem. Yeah, DoorDash. Maybe they'll DoorDash to us.
So much grease. The more grease in my veins, the better.
That's right.
I think that makes you feel, right?
I think that's what they say.
Yes.
Grease in the veins keeps the doctors away.
Yeah.
Is that how the old saying goes? But everybody's excited. You can kind of feel. We were never an Apple Festival family. I think I've talked about this before. We lived over on kind of the other end of the county. But you can kind of feel the atmosphere in Clay starts to pick up a little bit around Apple Festival week. We actually brought down the elementary school kids today to ride the rides down in town, so they had fun doing that, and you can just feel a little bit more energy this week.
Did you ride the Pukatron? Isn't that one that they have? You just spin them in circles as fast as you can until you puke.
If that's not the official name for it, we had several kids get on that today, and it lived up to its name for sure. I won't mention any names because that would not be good, but for sure we had some get on the bus, and they were as white as that sheet of paper right there. So. But they had a good time. You hear the old term, you don't want to get gross with it, but puke and rally, and that's what they did. They got right back on the same ride, and they went for it again.
Nothing like it. No. Nothing like it. A rickety, rusty old ride that goes in a circle really, really fast.
And I think the week's just going to keep picking up. There's some things going on tomorrow at the Apple Festival. I don't have the actual Apple Festival schedule in front of me, but as the week goes on, the energy just keeps building and building until I heard this word, I think it was the Mountaineer and Pitt game, crescendo, until a big crescendo at the end.
The big crescendo.
And I'll let you have the floor on the crescendo of the Saturday evening about 8 o'clock right there on right at the courthouse. Who's going to be performing for?
Yes, don't forget, folks. Aaron Tippin in the flesh will be right on the courthouse lawn.
That's right.
8 p.m. Saturday. So make sure you're there. You want to get you a seat early. The kids at school are excited. I've been playing a little Aaron Tippin when I get a chance.
Good.
And when we get some time to work, play a little Aaron Tippin, get them all riled up. Love it, love it. So that's all coming up. Now, there's a couple other things happening this week too. So, of course, we got the football game Friday night. Now, tomorrow night, Thursday night, we are finally going to be able to get the volleyball team live with the regular season game. They are home for the first time this year. Of course, I know we did the scrimmage, but the first regular season game at home against Nicholas County will be tomorrow. We're going to go on air at about 5 o'clock, maybe a few minutes before, and we'll bring you JV and varsity action. So if you're wanting to see the volleyball team, it's at 6 o'clock. We got Coach K over there. Coach, we're going to get you in here in just a minute. If you want to actually come on over, you can. That's fine. We're going to go at 6 o'clock for JV, and then varsity follows. So that's my fault. 6 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll post that all over Facebook and get that ready. And then also we've got big-time information on Saturday as well. So we got Thursday night volleyball, Friday night Panther football, Saturday night. This is big. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Saturday night, we have Clay Panther football action, B team and A team, the Little Panthers, right on Bradley Field turf. And we're bringing it live to you. So those kids are going to be out there playing too.
Let me tell you this, Al. I've got some of those kids that are going to be playing in that game in my 4th grade class.
Oh.
And they're excited. When I told them we're going to stream their game, they just thought they're going to be on ESPN or they're going to be on ESPN. I mean, it's YouTube. These
It's
kids
pretty
live
much
for YouTube.
ESPN.
So, absolutely. But they're excited. I'm excited to call it because, you get kind of enthralled with watching these high school teams and seeing how well they run the ball or throw the ball, and then you get to watch where it actually all starts from. So I'm excited for that.
Well, I know that Coach K, you and I have both coached a little Pee Wee football in our time, and those games get intense.
When they keep score, they get intense. That's for sure.
Yes. So that's coming up as well. Now, tell you what, Dill. Let's take a really quick break.
Okay.
Stay with us. When we come back, I want to go over some cross-country results because I want to do that, make sure we get those kids recognized. And then we're going to talk a little bit about some stuff we got coming up this week for football and fans and things that you need to know. So stay tuned. Let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourself, a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank, working together, building success.
All right, we are back. And before we go any further, I want to talk about some cross country. Dill, you're a big cross country man.
Well,
you do a lot of running in your spare time.
The only running that happens in our family is a little bit of high blood pressure. To be honest with you.
I like that. There's always room for running the high blood pressure. I like it.
Yeah.
The Apple Festival ain't gonna help this week.
No, like you said, grease upon grease upon grease.
I love it. I love it. So, all right, we got some cross-country action here. So these kids, and of course, we couldn't have Coach Stricker on. He had some things last minute he had to do, but he did drop us off some results, and he is going to, I think, try to join us next week as well in person to kind of talk about these kids as their particular performance. But some really good results here, and I'm going to start. This was the Big Ditch Lake Invitational. Now, is that at Webster County? Okay, Webster County. Big Ditch Lake Invitational. This was last Saturday, so the weekend we just had. Let's start with the middle school. So we were first place. Now, we may have been the only team that had enough to qualify for team points, but we won first place. So we're going to make sure to say that.
Can't get any better than first place.
No.
I'll just point that out.
And see how this show is benefiting us, like we know what makes up a full team, because a couple weeks ago we did not know that.
I was listening in.
And this is my third year as athletic director, and I did not know exactly what a full team was up until then. So
we were first place with 15 points. So Gunnar Dobbins placed 4th overall, and he ran his race in 12 minutes, 14 seconds. Let's see, Sam Hubbard also finished in 8th. He was our second place runner, but 8th overall with 13:41. Congratulations, Sam. We have Holden Reed. Holden Reed finished 10th overall with a time of 14 minutes, 31 seconds. Scott Butler finished 14th overall with a 16-minute and 10-second time. And James Mullins was tied for 16th overall with 18:23. Now, those are all our kids. Those are 5 of them right there. And there's a whole page of names, and they're not numbered down through there. So they only number the top 19. So those 5 boys all placed. They medaled. I believe that's what that M stands for. And our team, of course, brought home a trophy. So that was middle school boys. We go to middle school girls, and we were second place overall. So we brought home a trophy. So our girls were second place. Second overall from Clay Middle was Marissa Atha with 12 minutes and 35 seconds. So she would have placed top 4 or 5 in the boys race too. So I know she is an athlete. So congratulations, Marissa. Danae Stricker placed 14th overall with a time of 15:25. Tara Conley, 16th overall at 16 minutes and 6 seconds. Let's see, Lillian Goebel was 21st overall, 17:54, and Dolores Poland, 22nd overall with 18 minutes, 51 second time. And that is for the girls. Of course, we brought home second. And again, a whole page of runners down through here that are not even, they quit numbering at 27. So middle school boys and girls, of course, coached by Coach Stricker, the same coach as a high school. All those kids did really well. So congratulations to those athletes, boys and girls. We came home with the trophy.
Now let me point this out. It's always fun, you guys down here at the high school, you're always saying, yeah, I know him, I've got him in class, or I've got her in class.
Yes.
Now that I've been teaching down at Big Otter a few years, I'm starting to hear some of these names coming through that I recognize, and I think that's pretty cool. Heard Holden Reed's name. I had him a couple years ago. He was down there at Big Otter. Tara Conley was down at Big Otter. Gunnar Dobbins was down at Big Otter. So starting to hear some of these names coming through that I've actually had in class, or
it does make it fun.
I've seen them in the hallways. It's pretty impressive stuff by those guys and girls.
Just as long as you don't take any credit for them.
I take every bit of it. They learned it all from me.
Yeah, they did learn their speed.
Yeah,
it's more about their speed down there. Yeah. All right, so let's go to the high school side. Our high school girls also brought home a trophy, so pay attention there. That is 3 trophies now we brought home in one weekend. We finished 2nd overall. Now let's go through this here. So McKinley Mahan, of course, she's a 9th grader. She finished 5th overall with a time of 26 minutes, 17 seconds. Now, when you hear these times, high school runs farther than middle school, so that's why you're going to hear a little longer times. So McKinley, great job. 9th overall was Abigail Grandin at 26 minutes, 47 seconds. 12th overall, Cheyenne Taylor at 27 minutes, 57 seconds. I see I have Cheyenne in class and Abigail. That must be why you didn't get your homework done, ladies.
That makes sense now.
Get on it, girls. Let's go.
I'll give you a little bit of leeway now that I know you place.
Yep.
And Ashley Roberts, 19th overall with a time of 37:54. So, again, all those girls placed. We brought home a trophy. We're 2nd overall. And then we go to the boys, and we were also in the boys division 2nd overall.
Nice.
So all 4 teams brought home trophies. Now that's a big deal because that's the first time, according to our records, since we were able to get a middle school team back up, that all 4 teams came home with a trophy.
Nice.
So really, really cool thing there. And so for the boys, we had, Caden Fitzwater finished 7th overall out of more than 40 runners with a time of 20 minutes, 58 seconds. Man, that's a long time to run. And those are the quickest ones.
I've got a little challenge for us here later. Once you finish all the times, I've been kind of brainstorming over here.
Andrew Tanner, we talk about Andrew on the football field a lot. Andrew ran 19th overall with 22 minutes, 24 seconds. Isaiah Woods was 20th overall, 3 seconds behind Andrew, 22-27. And then you had Damian Stricker, who we talk about on the football field a lot. He was right behind Isaiah, so they finished 1, 2, 3. At 22 minutes, 29 seconds. All those guys coming in right behind each other. There has to be something to that, like picking each other up. So that's pretty awesome. Jackson Stricker, 9th grader, who again plays football on Friday nights, runs on Saturday mornings. He was 25th overall with 23 minutes, 34 seconds. Evan Bass was 30th overall at 24:44. And Toby Yeager, now Toby's a new guy, just moved in, and good to see him running. He finished 31st, right behind Evan with 24:52. And so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys all placed top 31 out of more than 40. We finished 2nd, brought home a trophy. So all 4 teams brought home trophies. And we do have a list of PRs for next week's show that Coach Stricker is going to bring us. And then one note, I did not mention this on the middle school side, but I wanted to leave this till the end. Marissa Atha, who, of course, is she 8th grade? Yep. Marissa's an 8th grader, so she'll be with us next year at Clay High. She has medaled at all 5 meets this year, which is super impressive.
Awesome.
And they've been to a lot of, the announcer's jinx. Oh, my gosh. Let's cut and redo that one. No,
let's redo that.
Let's replay it.
She has placed or medaled at all 5 meets, so she is just a machine out there apparently. And so that's your cross country. And of course they run a 5K in the high school side, and then almost that at the middle school level. I don't remember exactly what it was.
3K.
3K.
They call it or something to that effect.
Oh yeah, it says it right here. 3,000 meters, 5,000 meters. So 3K and a 5K. So all 4 teams brought home trophies. So we got up early on Saturday. We went to Webster. And we pretty much put the smack down on about every team there.
Well, that's impressive stuff, Al. You mentioned something. If I had played a football game on a Friday night, sometimes I'm not waking up until noon on Saturday, just in time to watch a Mountaineer game. But so to hear some of these football players getting up the next morning and running cross country, That's impressive. And all of these kids are impressive with those times you've given here.
I got up early one time after a late night game. I took my ACT. Scores still haven't came back on that one. I don't know what happened. The scores didn't come in.
I get it.
So not only are those young men getting up the next morning and going after Friday night, they're also not practicing every day with their cross-country team.
Yeah.
And for them to be able to go out there, think about that too. For them to go out there and be able to run the 3.1 miles without practicing it every day, coming home late on a Friday night. I mean, that's something to be said. And we've mentioned this a couple times. Now I think it's Andrew Tanner. He's in the band. He does cross-country. He plays football. That's a lot for a kid to do, and that is commendable. That really and truthfully is.
Abby Grandin is another one.
Yes.
She's the field commander.
She is the
so
field
she
commander.
has even more duties as part of the band and is finishing second overall for us.
Yes.
So that's pretty awesome. So that is cross country. Of course, they're going to be running. I don't even know where they go. Do you have any idea where they're at next week?
Yeah, they're at Calhoun Calhoun Park this Saturday.
Okay. That's not at the school. That's somewhere.
It's Calhoun Park. I think it's.
I know you pass it on the way to the school.
Yeah, I believe it's before you get to school there on the right, I believe. And then they actually have a pretty busy week. On the 24th, they go to Lincoln County and run. And then the 27th, which will be, I think, next Saturday, they go to Elkins and run. So they've got a full week ahead of their.
Now, we've said it, too. They have one home.
Yes.
That we're going to try to bring to you live. So if you don't really know, still not sure, we'll be there. And I'll have to contain myself to get out and run a little bit on that day. I'll try to stay seated.
Yeah, it'll be hard for sure.
And that's on the 30th.
Okay. And that's on the 30th.
Buffalo Creek Invitational. Mr. Stricker actually told me that, he's had some. So they're going to run both middle school and high school. They usually run the middle school girls first and the middle school boys, and then the high school girls, high school boys. He mentioned there the other day that, he was up to 11 or 12 teams into high school level for the boys and about that number for the girls. I think it'll take a little bit. It took a year off.
Yeah.
And so I think it'll take a little bit to get back to it. But that's a pretty good number to begin with after you're taking off a year because other people schedule events and they go to that. So
sure.
If every team brings 3 or 4 runners, though, you're talking 40 or 50 kids out there running.
It's busy. Let's just say that. It's a very busy time, but it's a very good time. And I said it before, if you get a chance to go over there and just watch them come out of that creek, that's worth the price of admission, that's for sure.
I'll have to stretch out now. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I better start stretching right now if I want to do anything.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you my brainstorm thought here. So Gunnar Dobbins ran his 3K in 12 minutes and 14 seconds. I think Friday night up in the booth, we just need to get a bunch of funnel cakes from the Apple Festival and see how many we can eat in 12 minutes and 14 seconds. Because that's something I can do.
Yeah, well,
I'm not going to be able to run 3 miles at first.
But we can eat 3 funnel cakes.
I can eat. Oh.
You think you can get more than 3?
Oh.
Now that, you will want to tune in for that, folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I thought we was going to get a...
I'm just always thinking.
Yeah, well, yes. All right, so, Coach, as we bring you in now, we got lots of things coming up. Of course, not just cross country here, right? Tell us a little bit about what's going on, what we got coming, and not just event-wise, but also events for folks at home watching, right?
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff, I think. So, obviously, I know you mentioned it earlier, is over there. Girls are back home finally for a volleyball game. They start, it was supposed to be a try, and one team dropped out. You kind of have that in volleyball for some reason. But anyway, they're playing a JV varsity against Nicholas County tomorrow night. JV will start at 6, and the varsity will follow after that.
Fans should go back and watch the replay of some of the scrimmage. It was exciting.
Yes.
And it was just a scrimmage, by the way. So I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow night.
Yeah, and let's just go ahead and plug this in. As many of you all that come out for that scrimmage game, come out for this first game. As far as that goes.
Yes,
so,
please.
Listen, anybody that plays sports, they want people to come and cheer them on, obviously. And you know what? Our fan base, they do a good job of that. They really and truthfully do. So, come out tomorrow night, cheer the girls. And, of course, we got the football game Friday night. This will be our first home game. I was thinking on my way over, Mr. Nichols had mentioned this not too long ago, it's been 5 straight weekends that they've had to hop on a bus and go somewhere. So two scrimmage games. the game at Roane, which was classified as a home, and then the 2 away games. So there are 5. So besides the new turf, they're probably just happy to dress in their own locker room and come in to the football field.
As fun as it is to ride a bus. And it is really fun.
And
It'd
think
be good
about
to stay
that,
home.
2 of the last 3 trips was across 36 to Roane County.
Love it.
So,
love it.
Yeah. But anyway, I'd like, if you don't care, I'm going to talk a little bit about tomorrow night's game. Some of the things that we have planned, or not tomorrow night's game, but Friday night's game, football game. Going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony to kind of get that field officially started. That's going to start at 7 p.m. All the dignitaries are going to be there, so it's something, something. And so we've had, we've had JV game on it. We're going to have a varsity football game. I didn't listen to that comment.
You said the dignitaries will be there.
I'm going on.
If you want me to cut the ribbon, I can.
So we have varsity football Friday. Then the little guys are playing on Saturday, correct?
Yes.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, the middle school has it next Thursday. So everybody's going to get a chance to play on their home field. I don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure that they play their first home game next Thursday. So
if they do, Thursday. You may see WVRC down there.
I think that'll be good.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's do the ribbon cutting ceremony, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. We have invited, we've done everything, and when I say everything, I put it out on Facebook as much as I can. We've invited all the alumni of band, cheer, football, and softball to please come tomorrow night, Friday night. I keep on saying tomorrow night. Friday night to the game. We want to form what we're calling the Alumni Tunnel. And, of course, most of you have been to a game. They come out at the end zone end, and our goal is to have enough alumni there where we are able to form that tunnel and go from the end zone at least to the 50-yard line, if not farther than that. Okay, so
that'll be really cool.
All the alumni get in free, so that'll be more of an incentive to get in, and so we're excited about that. Band will play at halftime. Obviously, I think they're going to do some of their Red Hot Chili Pepper stuff, if I'm not for sure.
Is the alumni band going to play?
I think the alumni band.
Because I've been hearing them warm up over there.
Well, I think they've took a little bit farther than a lot of us have. I think they're going to play. I think they've ordered their own T-shirts that they're going to have, and I think they're going to play maybe pregame and then at halftime as well. So
that's awesome.
Good experience for them. We are going to young lady. Krista Vance, who's a graduate here, she is sponsoring the game Friday night, which is an awesome thing.
Yes.
And it's an awesome thing
Thank you,
from
Krista.
athletics. Yes, absolutely. She's an alumnus, and I don't remember the year, and she probably wouldn't want me to tell it anyway.
Well,
so, but anyway, she's going to.
I was thinking it was 2022.
If she's able to get here, she's going to accept her. We do that in between the first and second quarter. If she's here, she's going to accept her plaque. If not, she's going to have somebody in her place. So we're really excited about that. And we're really excited that it's alumni, and it kind of fits because it's we're calling it an alumni weekend as far as that goes. So we're excited about that. And then, of course, we're going to play a football game, and we're going to win our first game against Sissonville.
Yes.
And then I had a little something that we're going to do that I'd like to share, and I don't know if this will catch on right now, but as the weeks go on. So we're going to do a little event, have a little bit of fun right after the game ends. We're calling it the tennis ball throw. Couldn't think of anything much fancier than that.
That's fancy enough. Yeah.
Tennis ball throw.
Tennis ball throw. And what we're doing with that is from the time you get to the game until third quarter or so, you can prepay for a tennis ball.
Okay.
And tennis balls cost $5. When you prepay for one, we're going to give you a ticket, and then we want you to come and get that tennis ball that you paid for in the fourth quarter sometime.
Okay.
And so we're not going to give it away when you first buy it, but we're going to give you a ticket that says you purchased it. And then what you are, and first of all, that's going to be the concession stand on the middle school concession stand is going to be the one that has that. So want you to purchase it. You can purchase one. We've got 100 of them. If you want to purchase all 100 of them, that'll be great as far as that goes. And basically what's going to happen after the teams shake their hands and they kind of go their way, we're going to set up some hula hoops in the middle, 5 of them all together.
I think I know where this is going.
I think so.
The PA guy's going to say, on your mark, get set, go, and the tennis ball that you have in your hand, you get to throw it towards the hula hoop in the middle of the field. If you hit it in one of the 4 on the outside, you win a small prize. If you hit it in the middle, however amount of money that was spent on the tennis balls, we're going to give you half of that. So it's just almost like a 50-50 type thing, but I think people would enjoy that.
I think you could also take that even further and say they get to call a play in the next week's game.
Probably.
Friday night's game, you get to call a play.
Let me ask.
You want to go ahead and say that
we'll
now?
Just write it down.
No,
write it down.
Well, write it down as an idea, and we'll ask Coach Nichols if he'll do that.
And we could just keep the live stream rolling if we want to do that too.
But now I think that's a good. I think that'll be fun.
We really plan on, honestly, as soon as the teams get out of the way, and, they usually go their 30s or 30s. Surely we won't miss that bad. We're going to set them out there and let the kids chuck it, and the parents and the adults, and think it'll be a good time.
You hit the different targets, you win prizes. If you get it in the middle, the bullseye we'll call it, you get to split the pot.
There you go.
So if you're the only one that gets it in the middle, half the pot's yours. If 10 people get it in the middle, those 10 people will split half the pot.
There's obviously the ideal situation would be sell 100 tennis balls, $500. One person gets it. They walk out of there not only having a good time for the evening, but they get $250 in their pocket.
If you got an arm and you think you got an aim, we want you to come down and participate.
So
that'd be fun.
We'll see how that goes, and hopefully it goes well, and then we can continue that and just keep on. And obviously with the turf, the ball bounces a little more true, a little more rules roll. So
okay.
Now, if you really want to just put the odds in your favor, just buy all 100 tennis balls. Then you're pretty much guaranteed.
You're going to win. Yeah, just buy them. Yeah.
That's what I do.
And you can sit there and we'll watch you throw 100, and hopefully you land in one of them.
If you don't, I don't know what we'll do. That's okay, but you'll get one of them.
I like it.
Yep. Okay, so that's all that's coming up. So now, the alumni band, I want to say this too. If you're out there and you're part of, maybe you were an alumni band member or alumni football player, softball player, cheerleader, and you think, well, I don't know, I don't want to come out and do. Listen, please do. We want you to. It's fun and it's a good thing for yourself, but these kids that are coming out here and playing on Friday night, that's a big deal. I promise you that. Don't think that, well, I don't want people to look at me. You're doing this for the kids too. And it's a really cool thing. Whenever I can just picture a tunnel of alumni down there towards the 50-yard line, and those kids coming through there, that is awesome.
They'll absolutely love it.
That is awesome. And it's a big thing. So don't be bashful or backwards and say, well, I don't know, I'll come to the game, but I don't want to participate in it. Please do. Let the folks at the tables know. Do they just let them know, like, hey, I'm an alumni? Is there something they got to do?
Yeah, honestly, they're going to come to our ticket takers, and they're going to say, I'm an alumni, and we're leaving it at that.
Okay, so come on in, tell me you're an alumni.
Don't need any proof, don't need a name, just tell us you're an alumni, and we're going to let you through.
Yep, and let somebody know and be a part of all that stuff. If you can't find anybody, find Coach K. He will be there, I promise you. We'll know where he's at. He's not hard to spot. And just take off your hat if you can't find it. See that?
That would be correct.
I'm allowed to make those jokes. I don't have much on top either. But
let me a couple other things there real quick. So obviously we got our field. A lot of things have stayed the same, but a few things have changed.
Okay.
We'll definitely both. So a lot of our traffic, or a lot of people that come, they park at the high school into the parking lot there. Obviously, that's still open. We'll have two different ticket takers there because there's more traffic there. Don't forget, of course, it usually ends up filling up, but don't forget on the other end where the bus garage is at, you can always go down there and park. It's usually a little less hectic, so don't forget that as well. We're going to kind of keep the gates closed until about 6 o'clock before people can come in. Okay, and usually there's not a whole lot of people before that, but we won't open the gates until 6 o'clock, and then you can come in and you can cheer the Panthers. For the whole game, as far as that goes.
Sounds good.
And you don't want to miss it. The field looks beautiful in itself, but like just the areas around it, like the walks, you can get around both ends of the field and walk on concrete, and everything looks really nice. So yeah, please come and see it for sure. And that's a big night, and I imagine it'll be packed Friday.
Well, we hope it is. I mean, think about this. The weather's going to be great. We've got Apple Festival uptown, football. I mean,
funnel cakes and Aaron Tippin.
That's right. And get to watch Dylan eat however many funnel cakes in 12 minutes.
You'll be shocked. You will be shocked.
It'll be a good time for us all, for sure.
All right. Well, and there is one more thing going on that I want to talk about here. I may have interrupted you.
No, I think that's all that I wanted to cover for the game.
Okay.
Again, I just invite everybody, and let's have a good time.
Yep.
Well, there is one more thing, but let's take a quick commercial break. Let everybody catch your breath a minute, get you something to drink real quick. We'll be right back. We're almost done here, but I want to talk about one more thing before we go to break. Dill, let's hit a commercial break one more time. Thanks to all our sponsors, and then we'll be right back.
Geno's is spicing things up with 2 new specialty pizzas featuring our new hot honey sauce.
Our hot honey pizza is topped with red pepper flakes, sliced Italian sausage, jalapenos, and onions.
The sweet heat pizza features slices of Italian sausage, green peppers, and onions.
Both are drizzled with our signature hot honey sauce.
Hot honey, it brings the heat.
Sweet heat, the perfect balance of spice and sweet.
2 bold new flavors, available for a limited time at Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House.
All right, we are back. So a couple more things before we sign off for the evening. This weekend also is, of course, with Alumni Weekend. It's Clay County Hall of Fame, Athletic Hall of Fame weekend, and that's a little bit separate of an entity. It's run by Larry Gillespie, and the Hall of Fame. They have their own board of directors and do a good job of honoring athletes. And there's a ceremony coming up this weekend. We're not directly tied to it. However, we may try to record that ceremony, and that way, if people can't come, they can watch. There's a lot of people that are being inducted or already have been inducted that you probably know, and maybe you don't even realize what the Athletic Hall of Fame is. So we honor these folks that have that are Hall of Fame worthy, and I guess the way you get in is someone nominates you, and then I don't know, it goes, there's a board, and I guess they vote on it. Is that right? And so then they put, I think, maybe like 5 people in each year, and so the nomination process is pretty simple. You just fill out a form. It can be found online. You can probably do a Google search and find it. Mm-hmm. But the reason I mentioned that, of course, that's Saturday. I think about the same time we're broadcasting the Pee Wee game. So maybe you're going to be watching us and probably will want to be watching the Pee Wee game with us.
Yeah.
Maybe you can't come. That's okay. We're going to try to get it to you so you can watch it back. I know a real good buddy of all ours here, Zach Ahart, which much deserved, is going to be inducted. So I was excited. I got to talk to Zach a few minutes. But I know there are a lot of athletes out there that are Hall of Fame worthy that are not in there. And that's not because somebody thinks they're not worthy. You have to be nominated to get in. And I was talking to somebody. We have particularly more than a few wrestling state champions that have not been inducted simply because they haven't ever been nominated. Now, I'm not a super fan when it comes to wrestling, so I don't know a ton about it. I do know there's some names out there, but if you were close to one of those folks and haven't been inducted but have won a state title, I can't imagine that you would not get in. I was just going down through and looking at some of the stuff here at the school today. Several wrestlers that are state champions that would need to be in the Athletic Hall of Fame. So all you got to do is nominate those folks. It's an online form. Fill it out. It's real simple, and they can be nominated. And I can't imagine them not getting in. Mm-hmm. So make sure you nominate folks for Athletic Hall of Fame. I do think there is some information about stats, but I mean, my goodness, if you were a state champion, anybody that's a state champion needs to be in the Athletic Hall of Fame. I don't think anybody would argue with that. So make sure you nominate those folks. And if you have questions, I know, again, Larry Gillespie runs that, and he's got different things going on this week with a golf tournament and some fundraisers going on. But Saturday at 4 is the big ceremony. It's real nice to have it right here at the high school. We got some folks that will speak and kind of talk about the accomplishments. So and then there's a huge plaque out in the lobby, and I got some names that are on it. I don't know all these folks because I'm fairly young, but there's a lot of people. You know, Buck Davis, Ron Cirk for coaching are in there, and David Woods. Everybody knows Coach Woods. So a lot of different people, older folks and younger folks. You don't have to be, old and years and years removed from being inducted. I know we've had Mackenzie Barker. We've had, of course, Zach Ahart's even.
Did J.C. Huffman get in last year?
J.C. Huffman got in last year. So there are so many names out there, and if I had time, I'd read them all to you. But make sure you nominate those folks. We've got a lot of good ones.
I think, too, if you would want some more information, you could stop by Clay County Bank, talk to Greg Jency. I know he's on the board, and so if you couldn't happen to find that. But I do know, served on the board, I do know that there are times where there's not a lot of people that are nominated. Okay. And so we do have a voting process. It's basically you vote as you look over the stats and everything. So, yeah, nominate it. Make it a tougher decision for the people on the board to do that, because we do have a lot of worthy people that have been in the past that haven't been on there or have been nominated. So
I'm actually working on a nomination right now for next year. I don't have all the stats put together, but I'm not going to throw out a name, but I've got one that I'm working on, so that keep a lookout for that.
Excellent. All right, so that's Hall of Fame. Again, that is the Hall of Fame ceremony. It's not directly tied to Clay County schools, but it's a separate entity. But, of course, we work well with those guys and kind of share facilities here and do all that. So we'll try to get you as much information as that. And, of course, I know this year, I don't want to miss somebody, but Zach Ahart, Sandy Vivian Mullins, Shannon McLaughlin's not her name anymore, not McLaughlin, but she's from up around Musselman.
Jason Tucker. And the other name, I don't remember right off bat, so I apologize.
We'll get it.
We'll get it for sure. I shouldn't even mention names because, of course, you leave out somebody, but that's okay.
Well, when you throw Jason Tucker out there, I remember I've talked about this every stream when we talk about this 2000 team. When we would be 2000, I was 10 years old. You'd go to the game and you'd watch Jason throw the ball, and you're like, man, he's going to be an NFL quarterback. Just watching these guys, and they're just so elevated above what we've ever seen. So he well deserved, and all of them are well deserved. I'm excited to see him get in.
Yes, for sure. So again, that's coming up. So make sure you go there. Now, before we go, I want to talk about next week, and you mentioned it, Dylan, which reminded me of the 2000 team, and I'm going to ask Coach K to talk a little bit about that because we're going to celebrate that a little bit too. So, Coach, I'm going to turn it over to you. One more.
Abby Smith was the other name.
Abby Smith.
Thank you ever sent that.
Tara sent that.
Right.
So
Abby Smith. Softball, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Pitcher.
Abby Smith. So, Mr. Smith's daughter,
That's
right?
right. Yep.
Okay.
Used to teach at the middle school.
Yep. Okay. All right. So, congratulations to those folks. Now, Coach, I'm going to give it to you for one more minute. We got some things going on next week.
All right.
And
so
by next week, I mean not Friday, but the following week, right?
Right. So I'll be real quick about it. So want to get through the alumni this week. When I say not get through it, but we want to celebrate that. Next week, we want to celebrate our 2000 football team.
Undefeated.
They call it on the picture that you see up at Tudor's, which, to be honest with you, I've gotten a lot of my information from. Mm-hmm. They call it the perfect season. Yep. And so it's 25 years, and I'm sure them guys can't believe that it's been 25 years since that happened, but it has been 25 years. One of the things that we want to try to do as an athletic department is to honor as many of these teams and individuals that we can in the past. And we have lost a lot of information through the flooding and fires and things that we've had. Not using that excuse, but we do know some things, and so we're trying to bring them back. So next week, which will be September the 26th. All right, correct, September 26th. We are going to honor the 2000 team. I have sent a Facebook post out, and anybody that gets it, I do my posting through Clay County High School Athletics. Please forward that on to anybody that you know that's especially on your team. I don't want to leave anybody out. I don't want anybody to say I don't know it, I didn't know about it. But then again, you run the risk sometimes of not being able to reach everybody. Mm-hmm. So, but we do have that. Obviously, we're actually going to have a halftime ceremony where we're going to recognize them. And then we are going to do a dinner for them before game. The plans aren't quite in place yet, so between Facebook post and maybe if we're able to do this next week or whatever event that we have, we'll get that out there. I want to have them a dinner before the game to honor them, and
I'll try to come and honor them too.
I was going to say dinner sounds good. Yes. I think we ought to do that.
You'll be full on funnel cakes from the week before.
You'll be shocked.
One of your great ideas, yes.
But you think about it, and I don't know how far are we along in Clay County High School football now. Is it 102 years? Is that what it is?
I think.
Sounds good to me.
We've had one team that's went undefeated during the regular season, and that's quite an accomplishment as far as that goes. And I was a little older than 10 when that group was playing, but I do remember that watching them a bunch of games during that year. I remember that. So
good football team.
And we don't need to. It's not really doesn't matter how much older I was. I was just a little bit older than you guys.
Was that the year? When was the Fog Bowl?
I believe that was the year, 2000? If I'm not mistaken. Yes, I believe that. I believe. Don't hold me to that. And then I think, is that the year that we went to Summersville and played Winfield, right? Mm-hmm. And we lost 10-7 or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do remember definitely that game, but I remember the Fog Bowl.
Yes.
We actually had an official come here, and we used to have the big picture up here in the hall before we redid things. We couldn't find that because he said he always looked at that because he was in one of those pictures for Webster. And we was reminded him, and you lost. But no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So
we
anyway,
did beat them, but anyways.
I want people that are watching and people who watch us later, if you can contact any of those people that you may know, please let them know, the coaches as well. And I'm going to do my best here on the coaching staff. Obviously, Coach Ron Cirk, who's not with us now, he was the head coach. We had Steve Ware,
Coach
Frank
Woods,
Clemon,
Coach Clemon,
Damon Gross, I think Coach Woods,
Gross.
and Coach Clemon, if I didn't mention his name, and Coach Davis. So you see those. I think it'll be a great time. I saw something on Facebook or something the other day where one of the schools, I think Sherman, had honored their, I don't know what number, and you see the guys, and if you look at the picture, there's a smile on their face because they recognize that, and they're happy that that's happened to them. So trying to get everything ironed out there, but we are definitely doing that next Friday, September the 26th, and get as many people out there we can to honor these guys.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's exciting. Just don't forget to remind us about dinner. So
that's going to set it off.
That's a big
for
one.
sure.
I don't know if I'll remember to tell you guys the time or not. I don't know how I'll get around that, but I'll try
But
to
that is
figure
exciting
something
for
out.
those guys. I'm excited for that.
Now, is there one more thing? I'm just kind of peeking at your paper.
Yeah, there's one more thing.
We got to talk about one more thing.
Yeah, got to talk about one more thing. We have a young man out there who is a big Panther fan in any sport that they have.
Yes.
And I think you mentioned there's a few people watching live now, and I'm pretty sure that he's one of them.
Sure.
I want to give a shout out to Jeremy Neal.
Jerm, good to see you, buddy.
I appreciate you tuning in. I don't know what NFL team he's rooting for this week. I think it's the one that wins. Is the one that he's rooting.
Won last week.
And the one that won last week. So anyway, appreciate him. I appreciate everybody. And we'll say this one more time before I quit. As many of you can, let's make it an issue of how many seats we have on Friday night and how much parking there is. Get as many people here as we can to celebrate a bunch of stuff. But especially, a chance to look at the new turf and see what that's about. So
absolutely, let's make sure the people working the game have plenty to do.
Absolutely.
Yes, sell plenty of concession stands and then
tennis ball tickets.
Yes,
tennis ball tickets.
I'm excited for that.
Now, do you guys want me to sign you up for one?
I really probably will buy one.
I don't want to put anybody to shame. I'd get it right in that hula hoop first throw. So we'll let the others do it. I don't want to steal anybody's thunder.
I'll probably make it.
Well, we can throw it from the booth.
Yes.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
I'll
you can
probably
absolutely
make it
from
in the middle. I would imagine.
There's no doubt.
Yes.
So we won't do it this week. We'll let some people get in and.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I'm hard up for tickets, I'm gonna march on up there and see if I can get one off each
you might
one
be able
of
to
you.
talk us into it.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. This has been fun, and we haven't done one of these in a couple weeks, so we're glad to do so. I want to make sure we shout out and say thanks to WVRC over in Spencer, Drew, and Swalby, and all those guys that help us out. Also, Clay County Schools is our main sponsor, so we want to thank Clay County Schools for all they do and all they provided. And Coach, we thank you for coming in. And next week we'll have some more specifics with the cross country, and we're still trying to get with Miss Keffer. She's really busy with alumni, but we'll talk about band and give a shout out to them, and maybe even be able to talk some more because the 30th is coming up quick, and that's when we'll do live stream over there. And if you can keep me down in the seat and not up from running, I don't know. We'll see.
All right, so I took my headset off because I was going to quit, but I did want to say one other thing, and I mean this too, and I think we've said this before, I'll say it again. I appreciate all the effort that you guys have put into this.
We appreciate it.
If we weren't for sure where we want to go at with this to begin with, I appreciate it. I know you guys have young'uns at home, and you're being dad and husband and all that, but I appreciate you getting the faces and the names and the pictures of our student athletes here at Clay County High School. And I mean, you're going to things that we didn't even imagine you were going to between Pee Wee football and things like that. So we appreciate you guys very much. And I'll say this, and this is honest to the truth. I mean, I look at the chats, and there's hardly, I haven't saw anything too much negative as far as that goes. And then people say to me, boy, Alan and Dylan do a good job when they do that. I say, yeah, but no, you guys do, and I appreciate you guys very much.
We appreciate
We
that.
have a blast at it. It's fun. So, all right. Well, folks, again, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna end this right now, but remember, tomorrow night, volleyball. Be here, support those girls, because it's gonna be a good game. We play Nicholas County, and we'll be live starting at 6 o'clock with JV, and we'll bring you JV and varsity action. That's the plan. So, all right. Leave us a chat. Leave us a comment in the chat. Let us know how good we did tonight, and hope you enjoyed the show. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Dale, you got anything else?
I will say we're at about 940 followers on Facebook. So if we can get 60 more followers on there, we hit that 1,000 person mark.
Let's go.
I don't know what that does, but seeing 1,000,
it does good
1K.
things. It does a lot of good things.
So if you're not following on Facebook, get on there. Go to WVRSC Clay. Just hit follow, and that'll help us out.
Yes, we need 1,000 followers. All right. Well, for Alan Tanner.